Hey everyone, we're going to continue talking about animals this week in our IB unit, asking ourselves a couple different questions all about animals. We've been learning what are some characteristics of animals? What are some ways to sort and classify animals? And then later on in this week, we'll start talking about how we can help animals, how we as humans can help animals. Today, our learning target says, I can identify the various needs of animals. Now, we've talked about different characteristics of animals, but today I thought we could talk about animals that live in really cold, icy climates. My question says, how do penguins and polar bears thrive in icy, cold climates? So this is also talking about any kind of animal that lives in the Arctic, any type of animal that lives in the really, really cold area. I found a really neat book on Epic, and I wanted to show you that if you go to Epic and you search Arctic animals, there's so many cool books all about Arctic animals. There's like at least 10 different books. Snowy owls, narwhals, Arctic wolves, beluga whales, reindeer. You can also read about Arctic foxes, Arctic hares, collared lemmings, harp seals, and polar bears. So there's a lot of Arctic animal books on Epic that I wanted to show you because we won't have time to read all of them today during our lesson. We're going to read this one right here called Polar Bears. So we're learning about how they can have certain characteristics that will help them survive. Remember, this is called the table of contents, and it helps us know what the book is going to be about and what different sections are going to be about as we read the book together. So page 4, Life in the Arctic. Page 10, Clean swimmers. So I wonder if we're going to learn about how they swim. Page 16, a melting hunting ground. Life in the Arctic. Polar bears are the world's largest land carnivores. They live on sea and ice and the frozen Arctic tundra. These great white bears have adapted to make this biome their home. Polar bears have black skin. Their skin takes in heat. 2 thick layers of fur trap heat. Blubber under their skin also keeps the bears warm. So we're going to remember this word right here, blubber, because we're going to be talking about that. There's another video I'm going to show you about what exactly that means and how that layer under their skin keeps them so warm. Polar bears have big padded feet for walking on snow and sea ice. So that's another way that they are able to live in their cold climate. They have padded feet. So it helps them keep in the heat. Small bumps on the bottom of their feet keep them from sliding on the ice. Gives them like something called traction, so they're not slipping and sliding all over. I don't know if you remember, but back when it was really cold and it was kind of snowing a lot and kind of icy, we had to be really careful when we were walking outside because we didn't want to slip on the ice. It's the same thing for these polar bears. Clean swimmers. Staying clean and dry keeps polar bears warm. They bathe in the open water. They lick their feet and then they shake the water from their fur. Polar bears can swim for many hours to find food. They paddle using their webbed front toes. They steer with their back feet. So we can see all the different characteristics of this polar bear help them to survive in their cold climate. Seals are polar bears' favorite food. These bears spend hours waiting by seal breathing holes. When seals take a breath, the bear strikes. So the bear tries to see the seal and then they try to eat them. A melting hunting ground. Remember, these little titles right here are called headings. They're like titles over a section of pages. Polar bears mostly eat the blubber of ringed seals. They can eat 100 pounds of blubber in one meal. Wow. When seals are hard to find, polar bears walk the rocky shores looking for food. They eat seabirds and beached whales. They even eat garbage. So these are some of the things that they eat: ringed seals, bearded seals, and beluga whales. Climate change is causing polar bears' icy homes to melt, but their many adaptations help them stay afloat. Remember, we talked a little bit about how adaptations are how their bodies form and shape to their surroundings. So they're learning how to adapt even though it's getting warmer in their climate. And that's the end of our story. So today, after you finish watching this video, I want you to go, there's another video for you to watch. You're going to learn all about blubber. And then also, if you have time, you can go on Epic and you can read another book about how these animals survive in the Arctic. Have fun!